Welcome in, everybody. Another Stormgate cast from me today. I'm Algorithmore, and this is Arkuss submitting another game for us. And his opponent playing Celestial. This is chicxulub. Who do you love? Chicxulub. That's right. And this is almost certainly the first game of chicxulub that I've cast. So welcome in, chicxulub. Opening with the Ark ship, and this is an interesting flew over and some of the Ark ship. Actually, I saw this in a last game as well, so maybe this is pretty standard. Of course, you can get the double prism production here. Is this already full up? It doesn't tell me unless I click that. There we go. 12 of 12. And we've got a shrine coming down from Arkuss, followed by a vault. And it looks like Conclave, yep. And we have 3 workers. This is interesting. We're on 8 and 3. Which is actually a not bad mix. I'll sometimes do an opening like this as well. Your 9th and 10 workers on Luminite are effectively useless. And unless you're microing your workers properly on the Luminite, having 9 and 10 on there are useless, so you might as well either have 12 or 8. Or 10 if you micro them properly. One of my pet peeves in the game, I think they should fix that. All workers should produce the same amount, just like the nice Celestial workers do. One prism goes down, but for the cost of a fiend. And a lumber imp over here, chopping his way through the woods, making a path for future expansion, but choosing not to expand right now. Single fiend running around doing the scouting business. chicxulub is on going for the 3rd base now. How are we doing on saturation up here? We're fully saturated. No 3rd base yet for Arkuss. Has added, it looks like 2 more vaults or 2 more conclaves. 2 more conclaves. So there might be a Gaunt heavy play, as we do have Ritual Chamber in the back as well, getting ready for the Soulbrand Chakrams. Maybe some Reaper Rush after that. Of course, giving us the curse on the chakrams of the Gaunts, as well as some speedy Gaunt legs from the Reaper's Rush. Stormgate's getting ready to activate. The Fiend's here trying to guard, and for the moment has presented the landing. chicxulub is going to start working on the Stormgate. Does manage to land. The Fiend's going to attack. You need to stop that. Oh, and I like a couple Argents pulled back, saying, fine, we'll fight you. While we take out the Stormgate. Stormgate 1. What are we going to pop from that? We get a Creeping Horror. Just defending the base for now. There was only, of course, a single Fiend there. But that means that base was scouted and maybe an army might show up. 3rd base just about finished here for Arkuss. And is that the Soulbrand Chakrams just finishing up too? And is that Heaven Step Research? I haven't learned the new icon. Let's double check before it finishes. I think it is. Yeah, Heaven Step Research on the way for the Argents, followed by Roll Up queued up. So we will be getting Kree added, which can be a real good addition against Infernals. Get those Kree rolling on the Gaunts and you get some really good damage dealt. Gaunts are squishy. Kree like to chop them up. But it looks like Arkuss is pushing out just a wee bit. That could just be positioning, but he could be planning to do a little pressure here. That's not really a finish it off army right here, but it is a maybe harass a base kind of army. We'll see what kind of damage that he can get done. Walks right into the base where the defenses are, and that's not great. He does pop an effigy, but we see the Argents come in from behind and kill the effigy, which is actually really good. This is not looking great for Arkuss, actually. Chicxulub managing to do a really good defense there. Arkuss sort of just losing his army into that defensive play. And that gives room for chicxulub to... Oh, I thought he might soak up a little bit, but just runs through the wellspring, looking for a fourth base possibly here. Runs into the main army of Arkuss in the front. Doesn't appear to be a lot of micro from either of them. They're just sort of moving into each other, letting the concave do its thing. And in this case for Arkuss, sorry, the concave was good with his gaunts, and he was able to push back the army of Arkuss, or of chicxulub here, sorry. And that means both of them have moved across the map, tried to put some pressure, and then taken it on the chin. And that maybe just spells out, hey, don't attack in this game. That's what people say. That's what the pros say. Don't attack. Look at all those nodes there. They're all Gracelite nodes right now, but they might all get upgraded to Judicators in a bit. Stormgate launches. And Arkuss coming in with a bunch of Gons. And there's a lot of weak Argents here. FG goes down. It doesn't get immediately popped. And now we have weak Argents going down and becoming Phantoms. This is what you wanted. There's one Weaver in this army as well, which can do the tanking for the Gons, and is doing so against the Kree. Did a pretty good job. The Weaver's down, but nothing else lasts here. Few Kree rolling in. This is going to be good. Kree versus Gons, of course, are good. And boom. More Gons showing up, though. This could be a reinforcement battle. Kree are going to get cleaned up. This was a pretty good reinforcement run from Arkuss. Few more Kree come in, but they're going to run into Brutes up here. And that's a better matchup for Arkuss, having his Brutes fight the Kree. This Stormgate looks like it might be claimed by Arkuss now. And what's he going to get out of it? This is the Tier 2 Stormgate. And out of the Tier 2 Stormgate, we get some Void Prowlers. Now, Arkuss is already up on this base, so when these Void Prowlers come in, they're going to be like, oh, Judicator nodes! What are we doing? Get out of here! Ay, 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 ay. Okay. 3 of them go down for free. An interesting choice of Arkuss to push into this really well-defended base. I think when you see a base that's super well defended like this, you should say, well, which base is not well defended? Maybe I should go into that one. I do like how there's Energizer nodes here powering up the Judicator nodes. They're also serving as a little bit of a wall in the front there. So if these units start attacking the nodes, they're going to be attacking the Energizer nodes before the Judicator nodes. But this army melts. Like I said, attacking into the Static D is not usually the right decision. Now we got Static D over here. None up here. Okay, just one. See, that's a better place to attack into. Here's some Static D. Wow, I think we know what's being planned here. It's Seraphim right now, but it could be Archangel soon. We do have Hellborn and Magmadons being added now, and that's what we need if you're going to start pushing into these heavily defended areas. And the army of chicxulub has melted down, and now that means the Hellborn is able to fire her basketballs down on top of the Judicator nodes and the Energizer nodes here. The Judicator nodes are also all out of juice. And the Magmadon is walking. I don't know what he's doing. He just moved commanding himself to death. More units show up. Seraphim as well, but there's a lot of Gons here, and Gons are what you want against Seraphim. The nodes are starting to go down, and in fact, a lot of those Seraphim insects became Phantoms, and that's just going to mean more DPS, at least for 20 seconds before they drop dead. More Argents showing up, and a lot of the defensive structures here have already been taken out, and as has the collection array. This base is basically dead, but we still see chicxulub trying to battle for it a little bit. Now he's going to retreat back his Argents back to the safety of his other base, and Arkuss deciding, hey, I've killed this base, I'm going to move back, leaving one Gaunt to fight the Creation Chamber. Oh, I see, he was pulling back to the Stormgate, trying to get a little bit of extra bonus. Let's see what he's able to capture. chicxulub not going down. So I'm going to reclaim this forward base. Stormgate captured, not cancelled. What do we get out of it? Boom. That's our Darkforge. Can't remember them by their... Oh, Stormcaller. Can't remember by their shape. That one's a Stormcaller. Which is pretty awesome, actually, in this game. Could help Arkuss. Now, Arkuss did win the last little bit of a skirmish, even though they've been going back and forth. But with the Stormcaller in tow, if we get an army-on-army battle here, the Stormcaller can wipe out the army of chicxulub quite easily. And here we go into the base. Now, yeah, easy to take out those Static D with this large army. So this base going down. What's the answer from chicxulub? Let's base race it. Let's do it. We're going to race to the base. Now, unfortunately for chicxulub, there are a lot of tribute pyres here, and that's going to slow him down. Fighting gremlins. You never want to be fighting gremlins. Arkuss deciding, I'm just going to keep base racing you. Well, maybe I send half my army back. I like this. His weavers are walking forward. That's strange. But he's running all the way back with his Stormcaller and half his army, so that as this army comes, he can deal with it and still have an army destroying the base. This base is gone. This looks like it's going to be a win for Arkuss here. Let's see what happens with the Stormcaller gets called. And it gets busted right on top of the army. The army has to full-on retreat, and it's like, I gotta get out of here, but I'm going through. Oh, I love it. The Stormcaller killing the trees. The whole army forced to retreat. The Stormcaller is just zoning right now, but that's all that's needed, because you know that the army up here is still killing the base. So chicxulub is forced to retreat from his own base race back to his bases while having lost a ton of his production. Resummoning some production down here. But now, where's the rest of the army down here? Arkuss can do a total hammer and anvil thing here.
A Stormgate will activate.
Unfortunately, his other army is too far away now to really help here. So these units are going to have to do it all on their own. And getting some damage done as they die. Finally, the brutes say, let's see if we can regroup and run back. Oh, Spriggan Force added as well. Those Spriggans are going to be nasty. They're going to be on top of the Seraphims, just melting Seraphims. And now, oh no. The Argents were on move command. They took so much damage while they did that, and they are just gone. They are just gone. They're trying to move back to these nodes, but it's mostly Energizer nodes over here. This base is dead. This game is over. We're just waiting for the GG from chicxulub. And there it is.